Mastering Innovation together with Scott Turriff of Galt and Chris Koomey of Thorben Consulting. And Scott's helping businesses innovate with their own business credit. And so one of the things I know you're interested in is you've gone through this, built your credit. What happens if you want to exit your business, if you want to sell your business, if you haven't taken the time to build up your credit?
Okay, so here's the cool part about this. So let's take, for instance, let's pick a business. Let's say there's multiple types of business, but one that's kind of easier for people to grasp is, let's say you're a landscaper, right? And here comes Chris Koomey Landscaping, and he starts to build his credit, and inside it, all the stuff that he's buying for the landscaping business, his name is not attached to it, but his business is attached to it. So also when he goes to sell his business to, let's say, the ABC company over here, the ABC company is going to say, hey, let's look at this Chris Koomey Landscaping and let's start to see what this is all about. And then you realize that, okay, if you buy this landscaping company, it's self-sustaining itself. You don't have to go put your name on a new account for credit. So like, for instance, I bought a franchise a couple of years ago, and when I got into the franchise, I had to sign up at the printer. I had to sign up at the direct mail company. I had to sign up at all these other, had to open up all these other accounts, and I would give them my EIN number for my corporation, and they would realize my corporation had what? No credit.
Yeah.
But guess what had good credit? I had good credit. So guess what they did? They checked my credit, said, okay, if he's running the company, guess what? We're going to give him credit. So my credit score went from the number one top tier credit all the way down, because I had roughly 15 to 20 people hit my credit over a period of time to sustain credit for the new business. So if you're going to go buy a business that doesn't have credit, you see how this conundrum can work out, how it can work out to be a great thing. So for the new owner, for the old owner, and for everybody else, and all it is just following some basic rules is really what it is.
And so that's where you're getting to is, as you build up the business's credit, that itself is an asset, and that gets access to credit lines, other opportunities for financing that just aren't available if you don't haven't taken the time to build up that business credit. So it's really no different. It's like no different than building up equity in real estate. It's no different than building up a portfolio of accounts receivable, right? I mean, it's just another source of value for your company.
It's a whole nother source of value. And the cool part is your name's not attached to it. And then when you go to sell it, the best part is it's self-sustaining. So that's also going to increase value in your company, because the new owner is not going to have to go out there and establish credit off of his or hers own, credit score.
And it's so interesting. There's so many people that they own a business and they're owner operators, and they put their name out front, right? Chris Koomey Landscaping, or they're the primary spokesperson. And while they're doing that, they don't realize they're actually not building up the value of their company.
Right.
What you need to do if you want to build up a more valuable company is make yourself replaceable. And that's true whether it's on the marketing side, whether it's on the operating side, but then here with this asset, it's also on the credit side.
That's so true, because sometimes people buy companies because of their name, of the personality of the person. They go to it because they like me or they like you. But the same point is, what you want to do too is, we'll help you out, is to understand, like, you get the value of the company in the name of it, but don't put your name attached to it. That's a great tool, because I've seen it over a period of time. It's like, how do you go to sell a company if it's the personality of the person? Like, it's a great company. It's like, this a perfect example is, let's take a bar, right? People are going to the bar because it's a great bar, but they like the bar owner. Are they going because it's the bar owner, or are they going because it's the bar? And you can tell I'm from Wisconsin, so that's the whole thing there. but that's the part that I find a lot of business owners that I talk to, and they're good friends of mine. And I got a good friend of mine. I talked to him about this Galt and getting into the credit. He's got fleets of trucks. He's got probably 25, 30 trucks that he buys for his company. And I go, how do you like signing your name on it personally? He goes, oh, I hate it. He goes, how do I change that? And he goes, I can't. I said, you can change that. I mean, here's a huge company. that he's still signing his personal guarantee. And then I got a funny story I got to tell you about. So I went to the bank the other day, and I was talking to a banker, and I brought up this Jay Galt and talking about credit. And the loan officer really liked the idea, and she thought it was a great idea. So she calls in the president of the bank. And the guy sits back. It was kind of funny. He sits back, goes, "Well, it's really, kind of like trying to shoot bullet holes in it." I said, "You know why you don't like this process?" And he goes, "Why is that?" I said, "Because I'm teaching the business owners how to not sign a personal guarantee for the bank."
Yeah.
And he's like, he goes, "You're right." And he goes, "But he goes, my job's to get all the money I can from the business owner."
And all the collateral.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's literally what he said. He goes, "I want you to put your house on the line, because if you go broke, I own your house." And I go, "But what about establishing credit?" He goes, "Well, that's different." So there are other businesses out there. There's a lot of entities out there that are willing to take, not a chance, but they're willing to borrow money according to the payment structure of the business. And that's what it comes down to.
And it's just
You
converting. Yeah, you're just converting it from kind of the personal credit model, which is income based, to the business credit model, which is income and asset based.
right.
And
Think
yeah, what
yeah,
you brought up, like what you brought up with the bank,
yeah,
you get a line of credit. They want to lean on your house, they want to lean on your assets, they want to lean on your receivables. And it's like, how much more secure do you need to be?
yeah. And your business is already secure.
Right.
There's enough revenue there, there's enough everything there. But that's the problem. They're going to cover their butt as much as they can, and that's when they see some other entity. But here's other scenario. So when they go, and when a bank bases their decisions, and we see this so much, when the bank bases their decisions off of borrowing money, they look at your payments, right? They look at your credit score. Okay, is this guy and this gal, is this person paying it on time? They look for any blemishes in your credit score. And if you don't have any blemishes in your credit score, you're top tier risk, right? So they're going to give you the best interest rate. They're going to give you the best of everything, and they do it. So let's take the equation and flip it. All of a sudden, you have your business, and you are actually reporting it to the right entities that you need to report your business credit to. Like, you're Dun and Bradstreet, Equa Business. There's businesses, there's credit bureaus for businesses. And if your business is reporting to them, right? So what they're going to see that it's let's say 100 or it's an 80 credit score. That's a top tier credit score. They're doing the exact same thing. They're looking at you personally, where you now could be looking at it for the company and doing the exact same thing. And then they're going to say, "Hey, this company pays its bills on time. I'm willing to take more of a risk." And then your revenue and everything's there. So why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, the beauty of this is you're doing the same thing you've been doing in your business, but you're actually getting credit for it. And that's really
Yeah.
where the innovation is. And so Scott Turriff with Jay Galt is helping business owners improve their business credit. So you can contact him at sturriff, 2R's, 2F's, at jgalt.io. And thank you for mastering innovation together with us today, Scott. Thank you for mastering innovation together today with Thorben Consulting. This is Chris Koomey. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoy the show, if you have any comments, questions, or just want to learn more about what we do. Thanks for joining us.